Friday night, the big one at 8 p.m. on ABC and ESPN, called by Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. It is the 9 seed, the Alabama Crimson Tide, at a mark of 10-3, a 1.5-point road favorite against the 8 seed Oklahoma Sooners, who finished their year 10-2. Of note, Oklahoma's won the last 2 meetings between these teams, I believe, and I do need to fact check this, so forgive me if I get this wrong. I believe that Oklahoma would be the first team in history, if they win, to beat Alabama 3 times in 2 seasons.
Man, that would be wild.
New world, man. Got all sorts of new stuff going on. Oklahoma did win the first time that these teams played back in week 12, mid-November, 23-21. That game took place in Tuscaloosa. I went back, I rewatched it, wanted to get the flavor for what went down. Story of the game was Oklahoma getting 17 points off turnovers. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they won this game on the road, which is an impressive win, their post-game expectancy was only 5%, which means if you run it back through the computer, if you get it to spit out an adjusted scoring margin, the computer says that Alabama was 12 points better, for whatever that's worth to you.
Because of what Oklahoma really couldn't accomplish on offense.
That's correct.
If they played this game out 100 times with Oklahoma accomplishing what they could on offense and obviously what they did on defense, the outcome 95 out of 100 times is Alabama winning by a comfortable margin. Yeah.
Now, the numbers don't mean everything.
No,
they don't mean everything.
That's why they play.
That's why they play. Does hint, though, that Alabama, had a little bit of bad luck. Oklahoma got a little bit lucky in that first matchup. Now, that said, the counterpoint here, Alabama's offense has not been as killer over the back half of the schedule.
No.
Over the back half of, the extreme back half of the schedule throughout the month of November to present.
They haven't looked like a playoff team since like week 7, week 8, somewhere in there. Yeah.
If you take out that Eastern Illinois game, LSU, Oklahoma, Auburn, Georgia, in every case, the offense fell short of whatever the pregame projections were.
Right.
So I bring this to you now asking this very simple question. I said there was a little bit of luck in that first game. How much luck was it really? Or were teams just figuring out how to stop the Alabama offense, which, as we've said time and again, is very one-dimensional, very dependent on Ty Simpson?
I don't think it was luck, because I think the best thing in this game is the Oklahoma defense. I think the single best unit, the single best experience in terms of, football excellence or whatever, is what Oklahoma fields on defense. That is a terribly difficult thing to figure out and succeed against. And so while I think the end result of Oklahoma winning that game in that specific manner is unusual, I think when you're propelled by a defense like that, you can't call it luck. And even with Alabama not looking like a powerful team for the past few weeks, even still, they moved the ball some against Oklahoma. They strung together longer scoring drives. Ty Simpson wasn't a full-on wreck in this game. He wasn't the most, careful with the ball, but he completed passes. I think it was Josh Cuevas had a pretty good game. They succeeded to the tight end a good deal. The other sort of the quieter part of the Alabama struggles is Ryan Williams has not been a factor in quite some time. It's a lot of 3 for 40s and 5 for 28s. There hasn't been a stretch of, it's been a stretch of time since
10 games.
Yeah.
It's been 10 games since he had more than 100 yards receiving.
And I don't even need 100 yards. I just need him affecting the game in a significant way to cause gravity from the defense. And he hasn't done that in a minute. When he does get the ball, he can be electric. But I don't know if it's them not finding creative ways to get him the ball, or it's the lack of run game that opens up passing lanes. Whatever it is, the protection hasn't been consistent. That has not been a huge factor in Alabama's season and success. And now you're taking this offense, which has struggled to find consistent explosion, to Norman against a killer defense with playmakers on all 3 levels, and you're sort of scratching me where I itch. What was the line from the Seinfeld, the swirl versus the pinch? That's just the move, right? You're telling me that Oklahoma's defense at home is a dog? Is that what you're trying to tell me here, Ty?
They are a 1.5-point dog at time of recording.
I don't like the Oklahoma offense. But if you're telling me they're playing at home with a lot on the line against a team that just got absolutely demolished with no repercussions in the SEC championship game, Alabama does have second life. We have seen a team as recently as last year given second life, and Ohio State didn't play in the Big Ten championship game last year. But you do have this opportunity to get right, to recover, to get healthy, to evaluate what's been going wrong. Alabama is coached by smart dudes, no matter what Alabama fans probably rightfully feel. I believe that somewhere in Ryan Grubb's brain and Kalen DeBoer's brain and Ty Simpson's brain, I feel like there is excellence in there somewhere that can be tapped into. Against Oklahoma, I'm less clear on. But I'm not writing this Alabama offense off entirely. But I do think situationally, I'm going with Oklahoma here. At home, with the defense, with the crowd. And it's nighttime, right? This is Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
People taking work off, taking school off, worked into a frenzy, holiday time. I just think everything is pointing to the Sooners here. I don't know, Ty. Maybe you can convince me otherwise if you feel otherwise. How do you feel?
I don't feel strongly about this one way or another.
Oh, Ty, get off the fence.
I don't. This is a show about honesty. I would not bet this game.
Okay.
With American dollars.
Okay.
Because I don't have a strong lean one way or another. One incredible, eye-popping stat that I pulled out from the first matchup. This year, Oklahoma has blitzed on about 29% of opposing dropbacks. You know what the percentage was in that first Alabama game? How often they blitzed?
How often?
67% of the time, Dan.
Wow.
2 out of every 3 dropbacks, they were coming at Ty Simpson. And in fairness, the Bama line did an excellent job against the blitz. Despite all of that blitzing, Oklahoma still didn't get as much pressure as you would expect. Now, they still did. They got 4 sacks. They did speed up Ty Simpson. So it was successful. But the Bama line did its part. Yeah. It just clearly was part of the game plan from Brent Venables, which totally tracks with the Venables brand of defense. And I think it is the template for what we're going to see in this game. I don't know if they're going to blitz as much, but they're absolutely going to attack the same way they did the first game to try and force some mistakes. And that's the biggest question for me. To what end does Oklahoma stick to that same plan? And if so, how does Alabama counter it?
Right.
How do they counter it? Because they saw it once. What can they do differently now to get themselves in a position to score a few more points?
The math likes Bama. Well, the math likes Bama if we see what Oklahoma struggles again with what they struggled last time with. What is that, about a month ago now?
Yeah, November 15th.
So the math likes Alabama if the rhythm of the game remains identical. The rhythm of the game is not going to be identical to me. I think so. Oklahoma wins this, and here's going to be the shocker. 56-53, Ty. Hold on. Hear me out. No. Oklahoma wins this, I think, in similar fashion, but not in as rare a way. I just think it's going to be a 17-13 sludgy game.
I think it's going to be a sludgy game. I'm with you on that front.
I think there's going to be some sort of busted play that Oklahoma succeeds with on offense. I think Alabama should be able to move the ball better than they were able to do against Georgia, but not with sustained success. So I think there's going to be some sort of crazy special teams play, some sort of crazy turnover once again. I don't think Alabama's playing winning football. They can't run the ball. They don't have, I like Jeremy Bernard, but they don't have the gravity in terms of consistent receiving threats. Or they have it, but they haven't been able to weaponize it in the way that we expected them to. And I just think there's something off that's not necessarily fixable with a couple extra weeks. So I'm going Oklahoma rested at home with the defense to muck this up and win an Oklahoma-style game.
Let me present an opposing point of view.
Please. You've picked against Bama many times this year.
I know. And I'm sure some Bama fans would prefer that I not say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay.
I'm out on Oklahoma.
That's fine.
I'm fully out. And the defense is great, objectively great. The offense is not that good. They can't run the ball. They're not explosive. The game plan, as I understand it, is a big play, as you just alluded, with Isaiah Satania, a broken play in some cases to Isaiah Satania,
Yep.
or whatever John Mateer can draw up in the dirt.
Totally true.
That's kind of it, right? And
Yes.
what I kept thinking about when I was writing this down, is it not a weirdly Iowa-type conversation with Oklahoma? Like, we know the defense is good. It's just a matter of what are they going to be able to squeeze out of this offense? How much blood are we going to get from that stone?
Yeah, I've heard jokes about
on offense.
Alabama taking on Southern Iowa. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I think it was Spencer Hall. I think I thought it was Spencer Hall. I did not come up with it. I want to say Spencer did. Yeah.
So I'm just like, I look at Oklahoma. They had an outstanding season. They absolutely deserve to be here. They absolutely deserve to be hosting this game. It's a huge, raging success for Brent Venables. I just don't think they're that good. And I agree. I think it's a lower scoring game, but I got Bama winning outright 21-17.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Oklahoma has not been a team that has scored, I think, more than like 20, 25 points on offense this year at their best. I know they scored 33 against Tennessee, I want to say, but that was, I forget if it was a pick six or a scoop and score. But I get that you're going to need to prevent big plays and generate big plays with some sort of consistency in games like this and win those big moments. Brent Venables does not have a Kalen DeBoer problem, to be clear, though.
No, he does
It's
not.
vice versa after last season and this year. So we'll see.
And to be clear, I think whichever team wins this game loses to Indiana in the next round, okay?
I think so, too.
But one step at a time here.
Yeah.